The rest of WWE Elite Series 114.
Seth freaking Rollins, and this is Bretto Live.
What's going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and today we have 4 WWE Elite figures from WWE Elite Series 114. We picked all these up from Ringside Collectibles, WrestlingFigures.com. Using discount code LIVE at checkout to save 10%. We're going to be reviewing in this video Ilya Dragunov, Zoe Stark, Braun Breaker, which I'm really freaking hyped about, Tommaso Ciampa, and no, we're not reviewing Jey Uso. We're not reviewing Jimmy Uso, because we already reviewed those figures in a separate video on the channel, so feel free to check out that video. It's an absolute banger. I want the chases so bad for these two figures because they're that freaking great. Check out that review before you guys watch this one. And without further ado, we are going to start off by taking a look at the packaging for each figure, and then we're going to get to unboxing every single one of them, doing comparisons, getting up close in detail. So let's do this. You can see all the superstars displayed on the front, looking really, really clear. The pictures on these packagings are amazing. Little windows and all of the top of them. On Zoe Stark's packaging, it let us know that it is the first time in the line for her, but everybody else we've seen before in the Mattel line. On this side, we can see another picture of all the different superstars, and it lets us know it's Series 114. And then over here, we have all of their names, all of their stats. Tommaso Ciampa weighing 201 pounds. Braun Breaker weighs 230 pounds. Zoe Stark does not have a weight. They don't normally put the weight on there for the women. Over here, Ilya Dragunov, he's weighing in at 210. Ilya Dragunov weighs the same as me. Absolutely insane. Then we have little read-ups on basically where they wore their attires at. If you guys are interested in any of this, feel free to pause the video and read. And then the other couple figures out of the series, I kind of already showed them, Jimmy and Jey Uso. So without further ado, what do you guys say we get to it and unbox every single one of these figures and take a look at all of them? The figures have been opened. First impressions, these are some pretty good looking WWE Elite action figures, but let's go really in depth. Let's see how the articulation feels, the accessories, the whole 9 yards. Braun Breaker's accessories include a nice entrance piece and some interchangeable hands. This entrance piece, I've been waiting to get my hands on this. Look at the red eyes, bro. It's a freaking dog. Look at that thing. The teeth, the ears. Of course, this goes over his head, right? So you're going to push it down. Get it nice and snug. It's not going to fall off. Get it nice and snug. Have his eyes like right below the teeth. And man, he looks menacing under there. This is a really unique Braun Breaker entrance piece. He doesn't really wear entrance pieces anymore on the main roster, so this is actually really freaking cool. And then interchangeable hands, we do have microphone holding hands and fisted interchangeable hands right here. Having a close look at the Braun Breaker action figure, here he is, man. Ooh, this thing looks sick, bro. Sporting a brand new fresh head scan. It's not reused, I could tell, because he's got a more fuller beard than his past Elite. I like the pissed off face. It looks just like Braun Breaker. He's got a decent fade going around the head and then a lot of hair on the top. Fully black, if you can tell. The past couple Elite Braun Breakers, I'll show them in a bit here. They've been very colorful attires, so I'm glad that we're seeing a nice, just black attire. See the dog in his attire right there with the red eyes looking really cool. It does kind of get cut off with the articulation, but if you line it up, it will work. And then on the side of his pants, it does say dog with white and red lettering. On the back of his singlet there, I'm almost positive it's supposed to say badass right here. I'm almost positive, but obviously Mattel's not able to put that on there because this is a kid's toy. If you look on the shoulder there, he does have like the Goldberg tattoo. I remember watching an interview. He was talking about like he's like, I wanted to be like the next Goldberg, so I got this tattoo, and that kind of faded away, that phase. But it still looks pretty cool. It really much reminds me of Goldberg. Double jointed arms working really good. We got the black wrist tape right there. As far as the leg articulation, really, really bad. Really bad leg articulation. Like, I'm worried if I bend this leg all the way out, I will literally snap it off. I'm gonna have to heat it up, loosen him up. But yeah, that is a big issue here with this Braun Breaker figure. Not sure if it's with every Braun Breaker figure, but this one is very stiff. As far as the knees, those are gonna be just a little stiff as well because they are the pinless version. He does have the black knee pads as well as the black boots, and these boots do have the new ankle pivot right there. Works pretty well. And then we do have the breaker on the side of the boots going all the way down. Fully white, super duper dope. How about that? We are cooked. We are cooked. Minus the leg articulation and the missing logo on the back, this figure looks freaking dope when you have the entrance gear on it. I did add the Intercontinental Championship that is not included with this figure because at the time, I believe he faced Baron Corbin in this attire. I thought I'd get some of the past Braun Breaker Elite figures here. We have the Chase Breaker, we got the Reg Breaker, and you could just see the difference here in the color. Very dark attire, which I've been wanting for a while. Take that entrance piece off, get the full feel of this. I love the full beard here with this Breaker. Definitely a better head scan than the original, and the dark attire is awesome. It's just that leg articulation sucks. Next up, it is Tommaso Ciampa. Here is this awesome, yes, cloth entrance jacket right here, fully cut off. You got the Ciampa logo on the back, looking really clean with the Ciampa being the beard. Really nice, like, honeycomb design going around to the front where it does say DIY. I can't wait to get the Johnny Gargano that matches this attire. It's going to be awesome. And then you also do have the Ciampa little logo there. Cool combination of blue, yellow, gray, and black. And interchangeable hands. We are seeing a set of microphone holding hands where the right one is wrist taped. And then we also do have a set of wide open hands right here, so you can pat yourself on the back, do some DIY taunting. Here's a look at the Tommaso Ciampa action figure. Really nice attire on this figure, but I do have my gripes with this figure, and I hate to even say this, but the beard's wrong. When he's in DIY, he has more of a trimmed up beard. This is based off of heel Ciampa from NXT. See? Here's the Elite 69 Tommaso Ciampa. You could just see it's based off of a heel Ciampa. I would have preferred if they went with the Hall of Champions head scan and would have just gave us that updated TrueFX head scan technology on it, the better trimmed beard. It would look better. There's no denying that this head looks like Tommaso Ciampa, but it's just inaccurate for the specific attire that he's on here. It is removable, so if you do want to pop on that Hall of Champions head, you can do that. As far as the chest, he is sporting like a Dolph Ziggler style of torso with the hair stubble on the chest. Really jacked veiny arms here. You can see the veins in the biceps, double jointed, black wrist tape on both wrists. I do feel like this Tommaso Ciampa figure is a little short. If you guys remember when the Elite 69 came out, a lot of people were doing the Bobby Roode swap of the legs, and I also did that with mine. You could just see the height difference between the two, especially with the legs. It's crazy. I don't really feel like Tommaso Ciampa is that short. But as far as the design, we are seeing some cool silver pinstriping. The knee pads have some really nice detail on them, some blue over here, Tommaso Ciampa's logo, DIY, so cool. Cannot wait to get the Johnny Gargano that matches this, and then you do have that really cool Ciampa logo with the beard once again. As far as the boots, same as Braun Breaker, we are seeing that updated articulation here with the classic style of black boots. Really, really nice stuff. And as far as the leg articulation on this Ciampa, no issues. But the Braun Breaker was stiff as snot. Until we get that Johnny Gargano that matches this attire to create DIY, I thought I'd just use the past Johnny Gargano Elite. I think it stands up pretty well to this Ciampa, but once again, I just feel like the Ciampa's too short, man. I don't know. I feel like he's a little taller than that. Here's a look at the Hall of Champions figure that we kind of already showed, and then here's the Elite 69 with the swapped legs. What do you guys think of the new Ciampa? Are you going to be picking it up? Into Tony Stark's daughter, Zoe Stark. We got her accessories here first. I love this cloth good, man. The Z on the back with the Stark. It's half light blue and half red. Cut off sleeve on this side, but if you go over here, it's a full sleeve. Just a very unique cloth good right here. You don't see too many cloth goods that look like this. Very unique. Here's a look at her little knee brace, which does slide up the leg. All you have to do is bend the foot like that, slide it up just like that, and once you get it up there, it's kind of tough getting it past the top of the kick pad right there, but once you do, you're just going to slide it like this. A little tough to do behind the camera, but you slide it up there. It's a really nice soft rubber, and then it will fit right on the top of the knee right there. When you do move it up, it's not like this dial moves like the classic Steve Austin Elites. It's just one piece, but it does look pretty good. I'm probably going to keep it on there. I actually like the look of it. And topping it off with interchangeable hands, we do have a set of microphone holding hands as well as fisted hands that I will probably never use. Here is Zoe Stark, and when I first saw images of this figure, like when it was being announced, I was like, whoa, that head scan smacks. But getting it in person, I don't 100% see Zoe Stark there. I mean, it's a minor resemblance, maybe from the side, but dead on, I wouldn't be able to tell you that that's Zoe Stark straight up. But like from the side, it's not that bad. But the hair is cool. This like braided side of the hair, different multicolored things in there. I feel like I even see some orange right there. And then you do have all blonde over there. Really cool. As far as the attire, though, the attire is great. A great attire here with the red, kind of like turquoise green top going around to the back. It's all stitched on. You could feel it all. And she does have a really nice diaphragm. Like all new parts basically up top here. I did notice a little tattoo on the side of her abdomen. I can't really make out what that is. It might be... No, I cannot make out what that is. But she does have a tattoo on her side. Really jacked arms. She has like some Rhea Ripley style of arms right here. Freaking jacked she looks. Huge biceps here on this Zoe Stark. The bottoms here have a similar color to the top with the turquoise and the red. I did leave the knee brace on. I'm probably going to leave it on there. I don't know. I think it just offsets the red a little bit, adding some black. The legs work really, really good. As far as the knees are going to be a little stiff, and it's not only because of that knee brace, but yeah, the knees are going to be a little stiff on this Zoe Stark, similar to the Braun Breaker, but not as bad as that Braun Breaker, my goodness. We are seeing a Z on the right knee pad, and then we do have have more of that design with the turquoise straps going around her kick pads, and we got that updated articulation on the ankle pivot, baby. I love that new articulation. It's really cool. It's really clean. This Zoe Stark overall is pretty solid. It's just, I don't know. That head scan will have to somehow grow on me because I am not really digging it right now. Here's Zoe Stark with the jacket, looking pretty solid, and I do have her next to her former mentor, Trish Stratus. Remember when these two were kind of together? Feels like a long time ago. And then we do have the PFC over here, the Pure Fusion Collective, my favorite faction of all time right here. Sonya Deville, Zoe Stark, and Shayna Baszler. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic, but it is pretty cool to have every member of the PFC. How about that? And last but certainly not least, we do have Ilya Dragunov, the former NXT champion. That's why he's coming with the classic style of NXT title right here. See the color in the background when they changed it to that? But now they have another new design for the NXT championship, so we're going to have to wait for that. But if you look on the side plates here, we do have the Ilya Dragunov logo. It's really hard to make out because they just kind of painted over the WWE side plate, if you can tell. So it's really hard to make out. I think it says like Unbesieged Bar. I'm almost positive, but it's super hard to make out because of the WWE mold. I absolutely love this cloth good. This pattern that they got going on it is dope. Look at all this different, like, just black design. Super cool. The fluffy ends. You can't beat that. And one end has more fluff than the other. It's like sort of like a big shoulder pad of fluff. I did have to remove the interchangeable hands in order to slide the forearms through this hole because it's a pretty tight hole, but it looks amazing when it's on the figure. Absolutely. It's a great piece. Interchangeable hands. We do have pointing interchangeable hands right here, as well as the orchestrating hands, or some people would call these the Randy Orton posing hands, but these sort of like orchestrate the crowd when he enters. You can't beat it. We do have the microphone holding hands. This head scan is sick! Ilya Dragunov with updated freaking facial hair. Here's his last head scan, and I used to like this head, but after getting this one, this thing looks horrible. Look at the eyes on that, first of all. The smile looks like a freaking horror movie smile. I do not like that head one bit. This new Ilya Dragunov head scan absolutely smacks. I like the facial expression. I think it looks pretty good. The only thing I'm kind of having an issue with, I think it might just be a paint error, but you could see it with his lip there. See like a different shade with his under lip. I don't know if you could make that on camera, but other than that, it looks amazing. I like the head of hair. The hair's slicked back just like he has it in the ring. Sporting a Dolph Ziggler torso, same as Tommaso Ciampa here in this series. Super veiny arms, just like Ciampa. Basically everything upper here is just like the Ciampa figure. No wrist tape here with Ilya Dragunov. He's a brawler. He doesn't need it. Here's a look at his trunks. Another little paint mishap here on the side. You could tell with the red and the maroon. Same design over here with the red and the maroonish purple, if you will. And then on the back it does say Unbesieged Bar right before he does his big finishing move. Leg articulation on Dragunov, no issues. I don't know how some figures have bad leg articulation, but this one doesn't, bro. And yes, they are pins in the knees, so we're not going to have any issues, guaranteed, with leg articulation there, which is awesome. Boots are cool. We are seeing the updated articulation. Socks are sticking out of the top of the boots. They're red and black. Super fresh, super dope. Look at those calves, by the way. I wish I had calves like that. Straight up, man. My calves are so skinny. I can't grow them, unfortunately. Overall, this Dragunov is freaking sick. There's just some factory errors on mine, but it's really nice. Dude, this Dragunov with all the accessories. Oh my gosh, I love the interchangeable hands, bro. Those Orton hands work great with this Dragunov figure. The NXT title looks cool. This Dragunov looks sick. Look at him, bro. The interchangeable hands really tie it all together. The Randy Orton interchangeable hands work great. Oh my gosh, the jacket is sick. The title looks sick. The head scan's amazing. And here is the last Dragunov Elite. Once again, I don't like the head scan anymore, but oh, dude, that cloth good is still fantastic. The multi-material with that glossy black. But dude, both of these do look pretty decent next to each other. And if you did want to swap the head scans, feel free to do so. I'm probably not going to leave it like this, but if you want to swap the head scans, you can do that. WWE Elite Series 114 is pretty freaking stacked. If you guys want me to do a full ranking, I will be doing that soon on the YouTube channel in a short style, so stay tuned for that in a short style. There's Jimmy Uso as well. We got to get the rest of the figures in here. I am very impressed with the Ilya Dragunov. That figure definitely steals the spotlight for the video. In my opinion, I think they absolutely knocked it out of the park. If you missed Jimmy and Jey Uso, I did already review them on the channel, so feel free to check that video out. It's already on the channel, man. And stay tuned for the short where we rank the entire series. If you're interested in any of these, they're all available at Ringside Collectibles or WrestlingFigures.com. Feel free to use code LIVE. It saves 10% off your entire order. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bretto Live is out.